Hey there, guys. I'm Bobby. This is Steffi.
Hey.
We are Between Two Teeth. Today, we are talking about one of the pillars of health, alcohol and substance use. We are in Tuscany. Seems like the ideal place, but also maybe a weird place to talk about the use of alcohol and the misuse of alcohol.
I think it's the perfect place.
Oh, it's a perfect place.
So first thing is alcohol actually serves as a benefit to this region from an economic and export factor.
We can see the grapes behind us.
Grapes are all over the place. It has job opportunities. It also creates their #1 export. So that's all fantastic.
Okay, yeah. But
from
so economics. But we're talking about health span. We are talking about we're on a journey for wellness through the American Dental Association to promote some of what they're doing. And so from a wellness standpoint, from a health span, living healthy longer, most of the data will certainly show that high levels certainly of alcohol use.
You want to stay away from daily alcohol use. If you
a
can.
recent study out of Canada showed increase in multiple different types of cancer with higher
you're trying
alcohol.
to stay away from chronic inflammatory diseases.
Are we saying don't have a glass of wine? Is that what you're saying?
Not at all.
Not at all. She's not saying that at all. We're in Tuscany.
Yeah,
we
have wine all the time here in Tuscany.
We had wine last night, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
However, some people, if they have any alcohol, it causes a substance use problem. And what we're trying to push is to say, be incredibly mindful if you choose to drink alcohol.
Understand the substance and understand how dopamine works in the brain as far as just kind of the addictive potential of certain substances over others.
And one thing I didn't realize, one of the other pillars of health is sleep, getting appropriate sleep.
Yes.
Lots of data out there. When you have alcohol, even a glass of wine can significantly impact the quantity and quality of sleep that you have. So that's what we're saying. Just be mindful of that. Other substances certainly can be a tricky issue as well. We want you to live your best life. We want to live our best lives. So we're going to be mindful of that.
Oh, absolutely. We're not advocating for no alcohol at all, even though that's what the data shows.
And to your point, I think you've talked about how there are social connections that happen.
And I was just about to say that. Yeah, there are social connections that happen with some amount of alcohol. So I think it can be good from a mental health and well-being standpoint if you're using it to kind of, on occasion, bring people together. There was also a recent article. A lot of dating apps are starting to explore different handles on no alcohol on dates, because they're showing that when people kind of meet for the first time, it's kind of a guessing game on who you're meeting, especially if there's a lot of drinking involved.
That's right.
And people are leaning on drinking to get over the not the fear, but the anxiety of meeting someone new, and they end up meeting a drunk version of someone versus someone who's not their everyday self.
That's a really interesting point. Bad decisions are often made involving alcohol, and that can be certainly pretty tricky. You and I both play hockey. They're kind of called beer leagues, and so people usually have beer afterwards. I started just taking regular sparkling water.
Yeah.
And I found, especially if it's a late night game, the quality of my sleep just improved substantially, and I felt much better the next day. So be mindful of it, I think, is what we're kind of pushing there.
Couldn't agree more.
All right, well, thanks for joining us. We want your health span to increase. We want to give you some information to help with that. We wanted to also show you this beautiful area that we're in right now with Tuscany. It is just absolutely fantastic. Love y'all. If you like what we're talking about, hit the subscribe button.